Yo, what's up, YouTube? We're Great Picture here. DGP back again with another episode of Patriot Keys. And in this video, yes, outside, beautiful day out here, man, enjoying life. But hope everybody's having a good day. But the video that y'all been waiting on, video I promised that I was gonna have yesterday, I didn't get a chance to do, but I'm gonna get it done today before I go out. Got some business to take care of. Just been busy. But in this video, you see the title. Where does Rob Gronkowski rank? Now, thought about this, was gonna make this video yesterday, knew I wasn't gonna be able to get it out in reasonable time, so I decided to do it now. Rob Gronkowski, as you know, retired. There are reports that said that it's like a 10% chance he comes back middle of the season, pulls a la Favre. If he does that, hey, we're gonna need all the help we can get, because as of right now, the depth chart's looking like Brady, Michelle, James White, Edelman, Dorsett, and I can't even pronounce his last name, but we only got one tight end really on the roster. So hopefully we'll probably draft a guy out of Iowa or Irv Smith Jr. from Alabama, which I will do a video on that. Currently looking at some film. But where do I rank Rob Gronkowski on this list? Now, this is hard for me. This is difficult just because, you know, just from a Patriots perspective, I think he's the greatest tight end of all time. You know, probably the best weapon that Brady's ever thrown to. That includes Randy Moss, just because of, you know, Randy Moss had a season and a half really, because remember, he was there for about 3 years, 4 years, and he really was only there with Brady for one season, 07, because Brady got hurt the next year. Gronk was there, you know, for multiple seasons. So even when I did my top 5 receivers all time, reason why I didn't put Randy Moss on that list really, and I put him towards the back end, I had guys like Edelman and Deion Branch over him just because of longevity, and I think that right there is the key. I would be kind of a hypocrite if I said longevity. Without the longevity, he's the greatest tight end of all time. Now, I think with this situation, it's kind of different just because you see, you know, he did it all. He's a do-it-all tight end. Plus, you know, comparing a guy like Tony Gonzalez, who, you know, has the numbers, or Antonio Gates, Jason Witten, those guys have the numbers, but they don't have the accolades that he has in terms of Super Bowl rings, playoff appearances, you know, playoff numbers and all that stuff. Gronk, Tony Gonzalez played double the amount of games, pretty much doubled everything Gronkowski has numbers-wise, except for touchdowns. Gronk is not that far behind touchdowns. So I think Gronkowski is going to rank 1B. I think I have to rate him 1B / number 2 on the list of greatest tight ends of all time. I think he's better than Antonio Gates. He's better than Jason Witten. I got him over Shannon Sharp. Got him over Kellen Winslow. You know, John Mackey, those type of people. But with Tony Gonzalez, it's just so hard because Tony never really had a great quarterback except for towards the end of his career. He did have Trent Green, who was above average quarterback, decent quarterback in Kansas City. But it's just the fact that, you know, if we talking greatest of all time, it's a lot of things that come into mind. Dominance, legacy. I think Gronkowski was more dominant than Tony Gonzalez. I think if you took those guys at their peaks, I'd rather take Rob Gronkowski. But this is a similar situation to me with Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. I feel like Randy Moss, talent-wise, way better than Jerry Rice. But I just think, you know, overall perspective, man, Jerry Rice was a winner, had the years. So I'm going to have Gronkowski as 1B / number 2 on the greatest all-time list. Now, again, if you want to say he's the greatest tight end to ever do it, then so be it. And sometimes, you know, as a Patriot fan, I can say, you can argue that he's the greatest of all time. But as of right now, man, the way I'm looking at it, the way I feel right now, just looking at the numbers and comparing them, him and Tony Gonzalez is right there neck and neck, man. But if I had to give a nod, I would say 1B, just because the longevity, man. And it just sucks. Had he would have played maybe just a couple more seasons, you know, I probably could just outright call him the greatest tight end of all time to ever do it. But I think Gronkowski is one of the greatest / greatest tight end. Like I said, he will be 1B, and there's no shame in that, man. Again, Tony Gonzalez has the numbers and the longevity, but Gronkowski will make up that ground for him to not just be number 2. It's the fact that he got, you know, the 16 playoff games, man, 3 Super Bowls. He has the second most playoff touchdowns behind Jerry Rice. Again, when you compare a guy like Shannon Sharp, who's been in playoff situations too, 18 playoff games, only like 4 touchdowns. Gronk has about 12 TDs in those 16 games. And again, you look at the playoffs, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, that's your boy DGP. Catch you next time, y'all. Peace.